All right, so it's Friday. I wish it were Friday. It's Thursday. So Thursday, and we're going to have the 4th of December coming along. I wanted to say Friday, but hey, Thursday's just as good, right? Little Friday, that's what we used to call it. Astrology time, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. And today, we have a full moon in Gemini. So, full moons, those are kind of fun, right? This is the cold moon, and it is also a supermoon. Okay? That's because the moon's at Perigee today. Closest to Earth, Perigee. Right? Yes, in the neighborhood. So, this is a culmination of the Scorpio energy we deployed with the last new moon. It is in stark contrast to the fixed water energy of that particular lunation. Mercury is direct and will leave Scorpio by December 11th. That's in a week, right? So, we still have a bit of unfinished business in Scorpio. And that includes the Uranus kite as well as a Jupiter, Neptune, Mercury grand water trine. Okay, a lot of water energy here. A lot of intuitive, a lot of emotional stuff going on, right? A lot of creative stuff that could possibly be going on too. Because those water signs are creative, right? Artistically creative. Okay, so what else? Well, look, inner turmoil at the workplace is best left to simmer, okay? If you got some stuff going on, let it go, okay? We will be getting to the bottom of something today that's really bugging us, okay? And it will be to our benefit. However, be diplomatic when you're right, all right? Our words, thoughts, and intuition are all in alignment. What feels like a setback isn't. Stick to uncovering bigger truths in the next week. And today's keyword is lucidity. We have a certain lucidity that comes with this reliance on our intuitive things as opposed to trying to be totally logical and reason things out, right? We're going to be doing things intuitively, and that will be helping us quite a bit. The color is a yellow dress shirt. I have a blue one on for this occasion. Don't ask me why. All right. Well, because I like blue. Okay. So anyway, the sun opposes Mercury and Venus. This is a culmination, but it's also a reminder to calibrate your senses. Okay. Mercury, the senses, 5 senses, right? And this is the first major aspect in a Mercury-ruled sign since Mercury turned direct, okay? So, station direct, turn direct, whatever you want to call it. The logic thing really isn't going to kick in till around the 11th when Mercury enters Sagittarius, because right now we're in that shadow phase, the dark shadows of Scorpio. So we are backtracking. We're going back over ground that Mercury covered going retrograde, because Mercury went retrograde at about 6 degrees of Sagittarius, so back in about 20 degrees Scorpio, and now coming back through again, making a third water trine with all those planets, with Jupiter, with Saturn, with the kite, with Uranus at the head. Okay, very, very important stuff going on here. Pay very close attention to stuff like, what you're doing, how you're making money, how you're going about things, right? Very important. Important for side hustle business, too, because for some of us, that's the opportunity that we have to be getting more, to be making things, happier around the house and fulfilling that destiny that Jupiter is trying to lay out for us to really feather the nest and make it look good, right? So we got our 3D moves. We got our dark shadow period with Jupiter and Saturn demanding that we make 3D moves to strengthen our overall financial well-being. I want to invest in new technology personally, right? Yes. Saturn's saying no. Okay, I mean, just seriously, use what you have. Okay, that's what Saturn's telling me. Look, use what I have to bring in more of the requisite green energy that such an investment would demand. Makes kind of sense, right? Yeah, just, rein it in. Be careful. Be cautious. Be circumspect. Gemini is chatty, brilliant, multi-talented, and eminently distractible. Mercury is in Scorpio, and that tends to cause us to lose the threads of logic and pick up on power signals that are emanating intuitively. Okay, we can use that to our advantage. I personally finished up a project today, talking about our Do One Thing episode, right? Yeah, that was initiated in the Taurus season, if you can believe that, and finished it on a Taurus moon. All right, it was initially addressed in the in Scorpio season. Okay, so it was initiated in Taurus season, addressed in Scorpio season by an electrician, and it was done incorrectly. So basically, I had to take it down, fix some stuff, and then put it back up and remount it lower where it made more sense, right? So it was my microwave, in case you're wondering. But he didn't change the fan configuration on it, and so it was not... it was set up for an external duct instead of recirculating the air internally. So I had to figure out how to do that. I saved the installation manual and got that done. So, yeah, handy things, right? Fortunately, Carrie and I both had the day off, so we were able to take that sucker off the wall and drop it, right? We didn't drop it. Okay, we didn't drop it. We had to take it, dismount it, put it down, and then remount it with everything that was there, and it was quite the feat of whatever we were doing. Right, we actually got it done the first time right. So it's pretty difficult to line those things up, especially with the screws that screw into the top. We have a shelf that's mounted to, rather than mounted to a cabinet, because we didn't have a cabinet up there before. So anyway, a lot of detail there, right? Oh yes, why not? Chatty Gemini energy, right? Chatty, brilliant, multi-talented. Told you yesterday how to fight the distraction. Today, you're going to fight it even more by biting your tongue and by being cautious, okay? Caution. Just reminding you that's caution, right? Because we're in a mutable sign. We're in a mutable sun sign, and we've got the full moon occurring in two opposing mutable signs. Now, mutable signs opposing are not necessarily that bad because they can come to they're adaptable. It's easygoing. It's mutable for a reason, right? There's an easygoing energy there that is used to finding some common ground, some ways of doing things, being able to adapt on the fly and just make sure that we're, doing what it is that we have to be doing. So, that's one of those things that they're good at, is just that adaptation and improvising. Okay, so the whole thing was my one thing. Now, it was a great use of that Taurus lunar energy to set my mind on one thing and one thing only. And believe me, it led to a lot of other things getting done, which was kind of cool. I even made cookies, okay? Yeah. Chocolate chip. Yes, I did. All right, so the full moon occurs at 6:14 p.m. here on the East Coast. So all of our actions today will have to be undertaken with some form of care. And it's going to require an immense amount of personal energy. Why is that? Well, because Mars is still square with Saturn. So that's an obstacle. That's something that's in our way. That's something that's going to make it not an easy day by any stretch of the imagination. So it's going to feel like the man's going to be trying to put you down, right? Yeah, it's just going to feel that way. And my best advice to you is let them think they're winning, okay? Just let them think it. All right. So that's there. So now in 1915, Frank Friday Fletcher is the first U.S. admiral to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor. Now, interestingly enough, there's two Admiral Fletchers. One was back in the Spanish-American War, and that's Frank Friday Fletcher, and his nephew. He's the uncle of Blackjack Fletcher, and he's from Midway. He is he's also an admiral, but he's a World War II admiral. He actually got a Medal of Honor for the same thing from Veracruz, because he was actually a lieutenant then and was running a rescue ship that managed to evacuate some folks. So both Fletchers, both very much historical. And, interestingly enough, right? Frank Friday Fletcher, Fletcher-class destroyer, most ubiquitous boat in World War II, a very successful design, too. So That's what we got for you. And Chester Greenwood, he was born in 1858. What is Chester Greenwood? Who is Chester Greenwood? Well, Chester Greenwood is an American inventor. He invented earmuffs at the age of 15. He's born in Farmington, Maine, and he died in 1937, and that's what I got for you. So, full moon, do your moon rituals, right? Perfect. Now, thank you for everybody for liking my stuff. My goodness, stuff is really just starting to take off, right? I'm amazed by it every day. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Let's recap. Today's keyword is lucidity, meaning that you're going to see the light when you're not going to be fighting too hard, right? Stuff's going to be hard to do, but by not fighting, you save it up because that's what a clever Scorpio would do, right? Yeah. Okay, so save that stuff for later. And our color is a yellow dress shirt. And that's all I have for you. Today's a 5. Happy astrocatting.